Right,
Yo,
let's go.
let's cook, guys. Come
Right
on.
then, chaperoonies, welcome back to.
The Sleepy Podcast.
I don't know why I just said
Sleepy.
chaperoonies. What episode is it? 27?
27.
I
Yeah.
believe so. Hopefully you're all well. How are you, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. A little bit sleepy.
I don't really know why I'm asking now. I've seen you for about
Yeah,
10 hours
yeah,
today
we've
already.
been
So
with each other since like 6:30.
yeah, working freaking hard.
Sound.
How was your session? I didn't really ask you.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
Solid, like 8.5 out of 10.
that's good.
You know what? I'm in a bit. For some reason, the past two sessions, I've quite enjoyed training on my own.
Yeah, I sort of did today because I split off from Crow after
Crow,
that
yeah.
one exercise because I was doing a slightly different structure.
I think sometimes, you know, if you feel like you've got a lot to do,
Yeah,
if you're training like us, usually we're training in a 3, it starts taking a little bit too long.
yeah.
And your head's not really in it. So I think sometimes I do need a couple of sessions where I just on my own. It makes
Especially at
life
the
easier.
minute. We're obviously pretty gosh darn busy.
Yes.
Hate to segue into a plug.
Yeah. Here we go.
What I am
It's
doing.
happening already.
We're obviously when this comes out, we're about a week into the
Bang on a week.
OC12 launch. Actually, this is the last day to obviously grab the what do you call it, early bird offer.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. We did it for a week, didn't we?
No,
Friday.
it ends on Thursday.
Oh, sorry, you've missed it. Maybe we'll do a pod special.
Yeah. If anyone applies through the pod,
Yeah,
you can still have it at
Yeah.
the early bird price. That is a good.
that's good actually.
Yeah.
Special pod listeners, because you are special.
Yeah. Just
Um,
message saying, I want to do OC12 pod listener
Yeah,
brackets, give me discount, bitch.
yeah, basically that.
And maybe I'll just pay you then instead.
Brackets, make me win and make it fixed.
Yeah, we'll fix it and you can have £500.
That sounds fair,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
You've been listening, so
An avid listener. I'm looking at you, Marston PT.
it's the only way we can pay him back. But yeah, I'll put either drop us a DM or I'll put a link below to the OC12 form. In your name, put brackets pod. So like Harry Longworth brackets pod,
Yeah.
and you can still have it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
I like that. Don't know why.
Deals for the pod. You know, we're building this
Relationship.
report.
So yeah, you had a good session.
Yeah.
Dead's flying.
Deads are going well.
Yeah,
180 today.
that's pretty good. What
Which
did I do?
I haven't done since I was about 18.
Yeah,
Yeah, it felt good.
hopefully better form this time, so you don't
Yeah.
clot your back up.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did 4 reps, right? But it was basically 4 3/4. I was so scared on the 5th rep. I got it like just past my knees.
Really?
I was like,
You just decided to can it off.
yeah, you know when it's just like a split second and you just drop it. I was
Yeah.
just a bit worried, so.
That's probably wise, given
Yeah.
the lower back history. I did 40 kilo dumbbell RDL.
You are cooked, mate.
I'm so strong.
You are
So
cooked.
strong. No, it felt good to get back to a hinger.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to stick
After-
with that?
Oh, I think because it's like I don't have as much ego on a dumbbell RDL.
Yeah, you don't have like an emotional attachment to it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be like, I'm not super eager to go and do 70 kilo dumbbells or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I might get there, but if I did a barbell RDL, I'd be like,
Oh, I've
Right.
done 200 before.
I need
so
to get to 180,
Yeah.
or else I'm,
a puff.
yeah.
Nothing against puffs.
No.
That's the wrong word.
Well, what's a puff?
I don't know. What is a puff?
I don't know.
God knows.
But yeah, I did that. I did one set, and felt nice to do a hinge again. Actually feel
Good.
my hamstrings and not ruin my back.
Yeah.
Now I can stand up and walk about.
Is your back actually fine?
Yeah,
That's good then. Maybe you probably just need to stick with that then.
yeah, I think so. So yeah, I'll stick with it. I thought I might have got a bit of a twinge, but overall, happy days.
Pretty
We'll run it up.
standard job.
The only thing is, it's the first time I've done a dumbbell RDL in a while, and like it's so much harder to brace
Yeah.
because like they're just all over
Yeah,
the
they
shop.
do just move about, don't they? And you know, if you like, with a bar, you can, if you slightly misgroove a rep, obviously it's not ideal, but you can sort of like adjust.
Yeah.
With a dumbbell, if you misgroove it, it ends up like hitting your leg and like firing off somewhere else. It's quite hard then to actually get back into the set, I find.
Even with the 40s as well, you can't hold it and keep it in the perfect position in your hand. It starts like tilting forwards a little bit or something like that throughout the set, and then starts to feel a bit rogue. But like I say, we'll run it and see what happens.
And time will tell.
Yeah.
We haven't got
a few poddy woo cues.
Have we? Okay,
Yeah.
good. I don't know what's happened these past 2 weeks. The questions have taken a real hit.
Marston PT.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Innit? Can you start asking like 10 every week?
He's probably decided to like start asking his coach instead.
Yeah, maybe.
Stupid decision, really. But...
Yeah, silly decision. Fuck you, Ryan. I wonder if Ryan listens to the pod.
I have no idea.
Number one, we're dropping Riz on his client, and then we're slandering him. Sound.
No, he's a good coach. Not as good as the pod, but
Marston, if you learn more from the pod than you do coaching with Ryan, then you know.
It seems like an obvious pathway.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
It's just a thought, really.
Marston, if you love us, just tell us. It's all right, mate. It's fine.
Okay, I do have a couple of Kiwi woos.
Oh.
Okay. Numero uno from Kizza.
Giza.
Should I prioritise convenience or quality with gym membership? That's a very open-ended question, Kizza. Incredibly open-ended.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of want to prioritise both as like a 50-50, I think.
Depends what you mean by quality as well.
Yeah, are we talking like
Quality
or are we just like...
quality with a capital T.
It's just capital T?
Yeah, quality.
T. All right, yeah, okay.
That was a bit weird. Sorry.
Doesn't really make sense.
I think I think the question is more, would you prioritise convenience or a not really, really busy gym? Because if it's a question between like a pure gym at 6 p.m. or a RT Fit type.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably still Ramo Jammo then.
Yeah.
Well, it is Ramo Jammo then. But I know what you're saying.
You get the question, yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally would go for... I know that even though convenience is a big factor, I'll probably still go, even if I'm like, oh, it's 10 minutes extra drive.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to just can off the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Like if it's 10 minutes extra, like, you just got to do it.
I think that's probably worthwhile. Plus, if it is just a little bit more of a drive, you're probably going to save that time within your session anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're going and waiting for kit all the time.
Yeah. I think Kieran's deciding between a gym that's like, he basically gets off his train and then the gym's there, or a bit of a trek away. But the one that's right there is like a
commercial sort of gym.
I think it's the gym group.
Yeah, so it's going to be... Is it in Nottingham?
Yeah, around those ends anyway.
Yeah. I know Hannah used to go to a gym group in Nottingham when she was at uni.
That's the gym group, isn't it? That sort of colourway. It's like light blue and white. Don't know.
What is he doing here?
He's getting reared up for his pull-up set. I'm pretty sure that's a although that looks like...
It looks like sort of...
That looks like a pure gym.
Yeah, I think it's a pure gym.
Anyway, it's one of them.
Yeah. When Hannah used to go, whatever time it was, doesn't matter when she went, it was rammed.
Really?
I think because you're in a city, I think it's a pure gym, that. Anyway, whatever time you go, I think it is just going to be rammed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you've got a lot of students. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be working in the city.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to go for the cheaper option.
Yeah, well, they're cheap for a reason, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, so I think if it's a little bit of extra time to get to the other gym, I still think it's worth it. And if it's a little bit of extra money, if you can afford it, then it's going to be worth it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It all depends on how much you value your training and your physique development journey.
I personally hate it if I'm in a really busy gym.
Yeah.
Like, it just ruins everything.
Yeah. It's frustrating, and it sort of ruins any momentum you're getting in the session.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm having to wait, like yesterday, I had to wait for the Smith at RT for like 20 minutes, and I got onto it, and I was just pissed off already.
Yeah. You get used to it being like really empty though.
Really quiet in the morning.
So you got to wait like a couple of minutes.
Usually you don't have to wait for anything, do you, really?
No. I can't remember the last time I did.
No.
Apart from for the rear delt, but sack it off.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Another session.
Sound.
But yeah, to answer your question, Kizza, I think I'd go for the better quality gym personally. But if that means that you're going to miss sessions, which I don't think you are going to, but yeah, I'd go for
even
quality.
if you could afford it, you could even have both gym memberships. Let's say one day is busier than another day.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
I was just sort of checking its mics are working. They are. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have two. So if he's got a busier day and he hasn't got time to go to the other gym,
Yeah.
you could go that to the cheaper, closer alternative. But then again, like we said, it could be that busy that you're going to end up spending more time anyway.
There's a point where I had a membership at the Loughborough gym.
Be Modified.
I had a membership at Be Modified and a membership at Ultraflex.
Yeah, that's peak.
Did that for about a month, and I was like, this is probably quite stupid.
Yeah, I don't know why you were doing that.
I don't know. I travel to Ultraflex to train legs.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
Don't know why I did that. It's probably just to see you, mate.
Yeah, and legs are just shit on your own. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Little cutesy leg session, that's all I wanted.
Cutie patootie.
So yeah, it's quality, I reckon.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually so disappointed I ain't got any questions. I'm cooked. I'm so cooked.
Yeah, you are, mate.
I'm really cooked.
We've got one here, 2 secs. Ooh, we've got two here. Question numero uno. I can't see who these are from, because it's from clients. We've got, what are your top 3 tips to become a lean, mean fighting machine? Again, that's very open-ended.
Right, so let's break it down into lean, mean and fighting machine.
Well, starting with fighting machine, I mean, basically, get a van, become a mucker.
Yeah, get a pack of Borough Golds.
Yeah. Potentially like 3 or 4 monies throughout the day.
Yeah, maybe a Stella just in the van just in case.
Yeah. Little, like, pick-me-up line if you need it.
A bump.
Yeah.
Quick bump, just on dashboard.
Get you ready for the day.
Yeah.
And you are going to be a fighting machine.
And get dirty hands for no reason.
Yeah. And
then just don't shower for no reason.
Your clothes can't be washed either.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to be dirty all the time. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And wherever you go, you have to wear your work trousers.
Yeah. And if you're not a painter, you still need paint on you.
You just got to roll around in all the paint you see and become a mucker.
Look at that. It doesn't count.
You need paint. Right? It's icing on the cake.
Lean means covered there. If you're mean, you're a mucker and you're a fighting machine. So
you can tie them into one.
Yeah.
Basically, just aim to be a mucker. Your classic mucker. And you sound.
Oh, and get a muckermobile, obviously. That's good.
You need a caddy. You have to have a caddy. Otherwise, you're cooked.
Right, to preface this, you'll have no idea what we're talking about here.
It's not even funny, but we were pissing ourselves for ages.
We basically had to use Leo's dad's van to move into the new office.
Muckermobile.
The muckermobile. That's where this whole thing sprouted about being a mucker in your van.
Like, we felt like indestructible on the road. It was
you can
great.
Drive anywhere, you can park where you want.
Double yellows, don't matter, you're in a muckermobile.
Straight over the middle of a roundabout.
Sound.
Don't care. Drive on the side of the road.
Sound.
I built this road. It's mine. So that is a mucker. And that's hence the muckermobile is obviously the van that muckers drive in.
Everyone who drives a van, if you look at them in the eyes, you know it's on site with them bad boys.
Yeah. And there's some OG muckers that have been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
You could have been a mucker, mate.
I could have been a mucker now for
mucker.
Like I could have been 6 years into the mucker life. Now look at me. What have I done? I've ruined it. Fuck's sake.
You'd be a mucker final boss.
Yeah, I actually would. I'd be rocking up to RT in my work trousers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Training in a bit of high vis.
Yeah, I literally would. I'd be on leg press and like spanners and stuff would be popping out my pockets.
Oh, bolt's loose. It's alright, I'll sort it.
Don't worry, lads. I'll get my spanner out my back pocket. Right, let's move on.
Okay, so top three lips. Three lips. Are you gonna lips?
If you lips, I'll lips.
We've got to stop with these insider jokes. Top 3 tips to becoming lean. Go.
Number 1, a calorie deficit. Right, you're not gonna get lean without one of them.
That's bloody groundbreaking, mate.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know where you pulled that one
That
from.
is the biggest tip, right? Number 1.
Yeah. We've been through that before. Find your maintenance for a week. Drop your calories by about 600. Get in some cardio.
Steez.
Bash.
Oh, Vietnam.
Tip number 2. Probably train.
Yeah, make sure you train, to be honest, and keep
Is
your
it-
training
it's pretty-
quality high.
Yeah, it's pretty surface level.
I don't think we need to deep it too much, though.
No. Deficit.
Like, you can deep it in, but
Train.
like...
Tip number 3. Probably sort out your life in terms of your routine and schedule.
routine, definitely.
That is something that pops up all the time.
Yeah. That is the main downfall to people's diets, 100%.
And almost always your routine is going to be different Monday to Friday compared to Saturday and Sunday. So you need to understand what you're wanting to do Monday to Friday, what you're wanting to do Saturday and Sunday, and then go from there.
Boom.
Now, speaking to Finn, I don't know if he'd want to mention it, actually. Anyway, no one knows his second name. And he was basically saying about how weekends-wise, he wanted to be not as strict as he is Monday through Friday, because he still wanted to go out, enjoy rugby.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Etc. But we were going off the same plan Monday through Sunday.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
we had
working
to
for him.
adjust the routine, adjust the expectations.
Yep.
To get it aligned. So yeah, they're probably top 3: deficit, train, and progress.
Routine.
Sort out your routine. Obviously, as you go through, things need to change, and you can get a little bit more complicated with it as you get leaner. You're gonna have to make some changes to your training and your nutrition, etc. But that would take about an hour to explain. So
fundamentals, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nice. Have we got any more from the client thing? We have. Oh, nice. Clients are pulling through. We need to make a section where they have the name as well, so we know who's asked it.
I got no idea. I think this is Theo, if I'm going to guess.
If it's something strange, then...
It is. How does it feel to know that Harry would make more money selling shoe sweat eau de parfum than through coaching? I got no idea.
How does it
mate.
feel?
Feels awful. Selling my sweaty feet.
I'd do it.
You'd buy it?
No, I won't buy it. Definitely won't buy it, mate. I've smelt your sweat. It's bloody horrible.
That's the question. How much would you take to sell your feet smell or your feet sweat?
Let's just say like sweaty socks.
Yeah, okay. You got a sweaty sock. How much are you selling it for? Sure, you'd take like £1.
As long as it was more than what the sock was worth.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
If someone offered me a tenner for my socks after I'd been to... If I walked out RT and there was some guy and he was like,
"Well,
excuse me, mate, can I buy you socks?"
Do you remember...
I'd be like, tenner? Yeah, you got a deal.
Do you remember the guy that was messaging me through my WhatsApp?
Yeah.
That was wanting to buy my shoes.
Oh, shit, yeah, him, yeah. Oh,
I don't know if I told this on the pod. Basically, this guy sort of applied for coaching in a bit of an odd manner. And he messaged me, said, "Hi, mate, I'm interested in coaching." We sort of went through the standard stuff, like asking him a little bit about his goals, etc. And, you know, I was going back and forth. That's really distracting. Sorry. I was going back and forth, and got a bit deeper into it, and then he started asking me sort of quite strange questions, like,
how big's your willy?
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Initially, he said, "Oh, can I get you shoes as well?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll send you the link to like where I got them from, and you can get them." And by the way, before this, I asked him how tall he was, how much he weighs. I think he was like 5'8", 70 kilos, something fairly standard. Whereas obviously I'm quite tall and have quite large feet. You'll see where this is going. So then he goes, "No, I don't want to buy the same kind of shoe. I want to buy your actual shoe that you've been wearing." And I was like,
God.
to be honest, mate, I don't think they'd fit you. They're like size 13s, trying to kind of wiggle out this situation.
Maybe you should have said they're my shoes. I
Yeah,
kind of want
well,
to keep them.
I did go down that route at the end, but he just wouldn't take it. So then he goes, "Well, it's coaching in the shoes or no coaching at all." So obviously I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna.
So weird.
Why would I go and coach you? Like, you've been an awful bloke."
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my experience of. I'm guessing someone with a foot fetish.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Bit of a weird bro.
So yeah, I didn't tell them, by the way. I'm wearing them.
They're right there.
Yeah,
They're the ones bro wanted to cop.
yeah. I think it was these. It might have been the.
No, I'm pretty sure it was them. I remember asking you, and I was like, "Oh, is it the Nike ones?" So like, maybe they're dead stock.
Maybe, yeah.
And you were like, "No, the New Balance ones." I was like,
Very odd. But he's gone now, so don't have to worry about Shoebro anymore.
until he watches this pod, gets really angry,
Yeah,
and turns up
imagine
at your
if
house.
he's our main viewer. Next question. What time we on?
22.
Decent. What's more important? It's kind of such a classic pod question.
Oh, I need to burp.
What's more important? Training, programming, or nutrition programming?
You know what? I'd probably say nutrition.
Really?
Yeah. I think you can train in lots of different ways and still make progress.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, whatever your goal is in terms of physique development, dieting, maintaining, gaining, nutrition has to be on point. Like, so there's no way you are going to achieve it.
Yeah.
So I'd say nutrition's probably more important.
Yeah, I think I agree. Obviously, carries over a few more aspects as well.
Yeah.
Like, something's going to impact your health more. Is it going to be getting your volume right on how much chest volume you're doing? Or is
Yeah.
it going to be actually getting a good level of micronutrients in from what is probably the nutrition,
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely.
That being said, if it's a question of like muscle growth, would you rather have perfect nutrition, would you rather have nutrition or training? Obviously, without training, you're not going to grow at all.
No, I agree.
So
yeah.
if you need to obviously do some sort of training, but yeah, you can get away with for a decent amount of time with it not being
1,000,000%.
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think if you're gonna bias one or the other,
Yeah.
probably nutrition.
That being said, let's say if we still trained like we did in the first couple of years of our training,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't
We
be
won't be
progressing
making any
now, would we?
progress now. No.
I think it would be like basically zero.
No, but then you could say if we were training like we were training now, but our nutrition was shit, again, probably wouldn't be
Yeah,
progressing.
true.
I think you can get away with your training being slightly less optimal
Yeah,
than you can with your nutrition being less optimal.
yeah.
It's a tough one,
As
isn't
long as it's progressive, in terms of your training.
it? Yeah.
But then that, this whole should it be science based or should it be
Yeah.
old school? Old school training is still fairly science based. You still follow the main stuff.
Yeah, it's still
Still
principles,
trying to
isn't
get
it?
stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not... I don't really understand the debate of it.
Just because you're doing a barbell row rather than a, I don't know, single arm cable row,
Yeah, it's like...
kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, as long as you just choose either or, if you progress them, you're going to be making progress.
Yeah.
It's simple.
But people see old school as loads of
meathead.
barbell work and
Yeah.
stuff like that. The only time where it gets a bit over the top is when you see people doing like today's session, 14 sets of bench press.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
I just wasting your time there, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to
Pardon me.
downrate the importance of like actually having a really good program, because it does make a massive difference. But you can obviously still progress,
especially the more advanced you are.
Yeah,
like you do actually have to think about your programming.
Mm.
But like if you're a beginner, you know you can pretty much go into the gym and do in moderation anything, and you're probably going to progress and grow.
Yeah, as long as you're trying to progress.
Yeah, definitely.
That's basically it.
Yeah. So if you're training hard, just pick some exercises and just send it.
Yeah. And then if it was a question of would you rather have a training program or a nutrition plan, but you can still do it good, but obviously, like, imagine your nutrition, but you can't track anything. You can't have any knowledge of, I know this is highly hypothetical, but imagine you can't track anything and you don't know how many calories you're eating. You don't know how much protein, carbs, fats you're eating versus not doing the same sessions back to back.
Yeah.
What would you rather do then?
I'd still rather have the structure around nutrition.
Really?
Yeah. Because like you look at, again, I know these are like genetically gifted people.
Yeah.
People like Ryan Terry, for example.
Yeah.
He doesn't do the same session every single week. They just mix it up
true.
and do what they fancy. They just pick a weight and train hard. Or regularly hard.
Yeah.
Decently hard.
Yeah, no. Okay.
And he's still made a shit ton of progress.
Yeah.
But I get, obviously, not everyone's going to make the same level of progress as he has doing that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I do think...
Yeah, I agree.
I do think as much as you want to have like a set training program, make sure you're progressing. If you were someone who didn't want to do the same session every single week, I still think you can make good progress.
I was speaking to Kizza about this because he was asking me how I don't know why I was itching my nose for a minute.
I was speaking to Kizza about it.
Yeah, I was speaking to him and he was asking like how often do you want to switch up a program? I was sort of explaining that I think, especially when you know reasonably earlier on in your training, let's say you did do something new every week.
Yeah.
You'd never get good enough at the exercises to be efficient, to have, you know, good motor unit recruitment.
Yeah.
So like actually use all of your muscles to their maximum capacity, because you're never getting good at the movements. But I do think there's probably an argument to say as you get more and more advanced, I'm not saying you should do this, but as you get more advanced, let's say if we went and did a different machine press or a different dumbbell press or anything like that, something new, we'd probably be pretty good at it the first week that we actually
definitely.
do it.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you're not going to be miles off your like maximum capacity of how strong you are, because you're going to be quite good at it.
Yeah. For example, if we did push yesterday, if we'd have changed the presses that we did, we're still going to get a lot from that session.
Yeah.
But that just comes with training age and knowledge.
Yeah.
And just like general experience within the gym.
I always use the analogy of like writing with your left hand.
Yeah.
For a newbie, it's going to be just so shoddy. That's the same as if you go into a new movement and you've never done it before.
Yeah.
Whereas if you practice loads writing with your left hand and then left it for a bit and then went back to it, you'd still be quite good at it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be proficient at that. So, yeah, I don't really know how I got onto that point, but...
Yeah. Thing as well, you got to think we've done so many training blocks now. Like, we don't switch our exercises often. We've probably always done similar movements, but obviously you've probably done every single movement ever.
Yeah.
So you have some sort of skill with every single movement.
Yeah.
Like for us, we haven't done like a hack squat or a pendulum squat in, nice one, mate, in months, like probably like a year.
Yeah.
But I know if I was to do the pendulum this Friday, I'd probably still be able to get quite a lot from it.
Yeah.
So.
And it wouldn't be like, if you did it 3 weeks in a row, you wouldn't be suddenly 50% stronger.
Yeah.
But for a beginner, they could probably be like a massive amount stronger after doing it a couple of weeks on the trot.
Yeah. So I think it's important as a beginner just to nail down the basics.
Yeah. So you programmed the pendulum for
Josh.
Josh, yeah. Saw him doing it today.
Was it good?
It looked like a rough do, to be honest.
Did it?
It's just heavy,
Good.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is really heavy. But he started on that. The first week he sent me clips, he had load on it. And he was like, wasn't getting anywhere near enough range. I literally said to him, that machine is heavy. Next week, just do the machine. And since then, he has progressed it. But again, I don't know if he had it in before or what. I didn't ask him. So I'm guessing he probably hadn't had it in. So he's had it in now for 8 weeks.
I saw he was loading it on the other side.
Yeah,
as well.
the other pin.
Is he like taking some load, trying to take some load off the machine?
I'm guessing so. Yeah, because I've noticed that. But then I thought, like, yeah.
Because with that, if you obviously the loading pin on
there's a back
side
and a
of
front.
the axis,
Yeah.
The loading pin behind you is obviously going to be load added.
Yeah.
I think the loading pin on the other side of it is going to be taking away load from the total thing.
Yeah, so I think because I'm sure sometimes he loads it on the back as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably need to clarify that with him. But.
Yeah, I think there's part of it as well where because of the angle of it's not one straight line, is it?
No.
So you could like load quite a lot on the back and then a bit on the front
and it
would change the profile a bit. But I've not played around with it with that one enough to actually.
That pendulum though actually does feel quite good.
Yeah.
It's
just really heavy.
Yeah, it is stupidly
heavy. That's the biggest ego drop
ever. Yeah, 100%.
I reckon I could do a set with just the machine.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how anyone uses it that's like just getting.
If I had like 120 plate on there, I think I'd fail at like 4 reps.
It's just so heavy.
Yeah. I would like to put a squat in, to be fair.
Really?
But it's just, I don't know. Is it really?
Yeah, I
worth
think I'm
it?
gonna rinse the leg press for a bit and then see. Even the hack's really heavy. I thought.
What, at RT? Yeah. But the leg press is heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you compare it to like the 45-degree hammer strength one, it's a lot heavier than that.
I don't really know why.
Yeah.
It's the same angle. It must be just
maybe
a really
it's just
heavy
the sled. The sled's just really heavy, I think.
It does have about 6 prongs on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they've made it really heavy and put loads of prongs on it.
Yeah.
But then you can only put like 3 plates on it anyway.
If anyone is doing anything more than the 2 prongs,
they're an animal. Fair play. You are probably the girl.
You're probably a mucker.
Yeah. Like, no, you are a mucker. Yeah, you drive a van. Simple.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions, mate.
Yeah.
Believe.
Well, I think we probably need to let the listeners know there won't be a pod next week.
No, unfortunately not.
Unless we could do one online because it is only us 2, so it might be doable.
Maybe, yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think we want to do it if we know it's not going to be great.
Because there's just a bit mid on.
Like right now, we can have a conversation easily.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if like we slightly talk over each other because it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Online, it's hard to do that because you can't hear.
Yeah. If you go back on the, I think they're still there on the One Coaching channel.
The One Cast.
Yeah, the One Cast. You'll be able to see our pods. It's just like I'll be speaking about.
Yeah, because there's like some delay as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you think the person's done, and then it carries on, and you're like, oh.
What was the software called that we?
Riverside.
Riverside.
It was shy.
Yeah, it got a lot of hype, and I've seen other people do it, and it seems.
Yeah, I don't know how people do like 4 or 5 people on a podcast on that.
No, we're having no hope. Could be just my Wi-Fi, to be honest, but yeah, I think we'll probably not do one the next 2 weeks. So sorry, avid listeners.
We will be back.
Hold your fire, but we will be back.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to Hong Kong. That's the other thing. I'm going to be 8 hours ahead.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to line them all.
Be a bit of a weird time unless I'm doing
we have got a bit of a sort of over the next 3 months. There's probably going to be a few pods missed.
Yeah, well,
unfortunately,
I've got Hong Kong 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then the next time we're both away is
May.
Is May. I'm Mallorca, but you're away at the same time, aren't you?
Yeah.
14th. Are you for a week?
It's meant. Well, I don't know yet. It's meant to be 14th to the 28th, so 2 weeks.
Right. Okay.
But it might change. I might just go for like 10 days.
Yeah. Maybe we'll front load it a bit.
Yeah, we could record a couple.
We'll not have the obviously the OC12 stuff to.
But then after that will be a clean run again, I think, for a few months.
Yeah, all the way through till
And the Havar special. I'm
Havar
so
special,
excited
yeah.
for the Havar special.
how many weeks now?
Is it like 17? 16?
Weeks until. Let's have a look. 17 weeks.
Oh,
I think that's exactly now as well. 17
that still
weeks
seems
exactly.
like a very long way away.
Yeah, the last few have gone fast though, I must say. What else have we got in the OC
The O coach.
in the OC pipeline? Obviously post OC 12, which is the biggie. I don't know if there's anything else that we've got planned.
Not yet. Well, there will be something, won't there? Because like we're pretty much lining them up so when one finishes, we've got another thing starting.
We've got OC 12 1st of April through to the 22nd of June. That's 12 weeks. I've got a meet penciled in May.
Yeah.
That we'll should start trying to organise that. To be fair, that'll have to be towards the back end if we're both away.
Yeah, it'll be right at the end of May, won't it? Start of June, probably.
Potentially something coming towards the back end of summer.
Yeah.
I'm not decided a name yet though, so keep your bloody eyes peeled. But first,
There definitely will be something.
yeah,
First, sign up to OC12.
yeah, get locked in.
Link in bios.
Tell us you come from the pod,
Yeah.
and we'll leave it there.
Special discount.
Yes.
Oops, might get cancelled for doing something like that.
All right.
You did
Thanks
hear
for
that.
listening. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we won't see you next week, but we'll be back
Yeah,
with
we
some
will
good
be back.
stories, hopefully.
Yeah.
So they.
Sound, bye.